resist the 10, and I'm resisting with 5 and 5 here.
Sakiko, I really admire her creativity.
Where did it go?
She creates her own way to teach. Her games are so interesting.
She's so imaginative. She's quiet until she feels like she has the space. Right? She'll never take space or attention on her own, but when it's really hers, she's so incredibly imaginative in her teaching and playful and really invested in helping students figure it out.
Did you feel the movement?
Yes. And she really loves the process of people putting together pieces of a puzzle. And you can just see how much she enjoys it.
What do you feel? Hardly feel my feet.
It's like sitting down to do a fabulous puzzle with somebody when you're with Sakiko. And you know, you can get stumped together and you can find solutions together, and that's great.
So you brought this in. Why is that?
Because my arms seem to be happy.
Sakiko is so organized and playful. She comes up with great metaphors and she explains things very logically, things that might mystify people.
So around here, to here, right?
So I think she's just very clear, very light-hearted and very clear as a teacher.
Opens all the way.
Right, get the finger first, then the arm. Yeah.
I started doing this. And what, I mean, that's what, 6 inches as opposed to, it felt ridiculous. But somehow when I first sat down, that was my gut instinct, was my habit to.
Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow, I am the diamond glint on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you wake in the morning hush, I am the swift, uplifting rush of quiet birds in flight. I am the stars that shine at night. I am the longing in your heart. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there, I do not die.
How do you feel? And that pretending I'm not nervous. That's
well, I've known Midori almost 20 years.
That was a little my plan.
Sometimes it's hard to separate her as a teacher and just as a friend. What's remarkable about Midori is that her ability to just stick with the person for as long as it takes for them to become aware of what they need to become aware of in order for them to change the way they want to change and to be able to make that change on their own.
I need to.
Without trying to be, she often touches people's hearts. So she works through a person's body, but she gets to a person's feeling about their existence without talking about it. She keeps her language real simple, even though she's a linguist.
Midori's always looking for what's next.
Did you notice anything? Doing here?
So you see something, and then what's underneath it?
I'll put the hands on here so that you can notice what to do here. Great. All right.
And then what's underneath that? And it reveals itself. And with Midori, you could go to depths or heights or into spaces that you can't even imagine.
Which way? Yes! Great.
Like a circular room that's all made of glass. You could look at something from every possible angle through Midori's way of being in the world, and through the way she uses her hands.
You know, you can move whatever you want, but this is just the center, right up here, right.
She's so disciplined herself and take things seriously and nurture a big unified field of attention. And now I feel like I have a big sister, yeah.
Start by just being in the park. And being in the park so that the world has...
Well, Robyn is Robyn. She's really pretty indescribable, but I'll give it a go.
Okay, so now we have the idea that we're going to make sound out loud in front of people.
She's intensely playful, and at the same time, there's something extremely serious way underneath.
I started going, what sound? What? And,
Yeah.
And I don't, in my body, I think I went.
Yes. Could you see it? Yeah. See the little, okay, people. Thank you very much.
She is masterly, talented. Her craft is extremely developed. Her hands, her observations.
Wow. What did you guys notice? Soft. What else? Yeah.
She teaches how to teach.
Just let your eyes really
Yeah.
see. It's cool up there.
She can really teach how to teach
Yeah.
in groups.
Something changed. Your eyes did something different. What are they doing differently?
They saw stuff.
Yeah, they saw stuff. Yeah, now just send your gaze over here and see stuff over here. It's just
It
people.
wants to go
Ah!
Stop. Blank.
Oh. Exactly. And you can see
No
it.
offense.
Her eyes get still. They get held. That's all it is.
She gives me
Yeah, really,
something
look up.
that,
Look up. You know how to look up.
some different part of me. And I love her hand.
She's one of the most original educators I've ever met.
Now that's an interesting idea. You think, oh yes, I'm a dancer, not a singer. I'm a this, not a that, right? And that somehow they're different. They're outside of just the human condition. But they're really all the human condition, because they're all just about showing up in present time with a particular quality.
She's inherently joyful, and she's prolific. She can hardly keep from being original moment by moment.
This is the part you're actually hitting, the air. And this is the rebound. Does that make sense? So do that.
She's a superb improviser. She can think on her feet. She invents on her feet.
4 at the end when you're nice and gooey and taffy-like. Whee, drive
She does something, and then she pauses and thinks, okay, now what is the perfect thing to do next? So she doesn't need a plan. She just pays attention. She often will, if we're teaching together, she'll say, oh, okay, let's make a little huddle. And what do you think? Because we just did this. So what do you think that the students really need right now? And she's always going from right now to right now to right now. And so what happens, ironically, is the students feel like the course is incredibly well structured. But the structure is coming from the inside out. It's not coming because it's not premeditated. There's no guessing. There's just observing what just happened and what do we need to do next. So the consequence of that is that it comes out remarkably tailored for the students as the day progresses.
This was like midnight with a good beer last night. It was like, yeah!
15 minutes. All right, everyone, take your socks and shoes off. People are more comfortable with socks on.
I was inviting Bruce to Tokyo 2 times a year, every year, and each time he is different, teaching different materials and new ideas. I thought that was amazing.
Momentum, what happens is it swings forward and out a little bit.
He loves movement, and that's important for me. And I think that's why I choose to study with him.
Bruce, he's my teacher from the beginning, so his work with touch and is so profound. His teaching became really deeper and deeper. He's really touching the whole person.
And then most important, just walk around and have fun. Enjoy the space.
Bruce I've known for a very long time. Yeah. He's thoughtful. You know, he really likes to think things through deeply.
I felt like I understood what Keiko was saying. Yeah. Even though I didn't. Through what you're doing. So, can you tell me in words what your content is and what you want to communicate? And maybe even why.
Making a visual physical of what people hear. Because I'm the rhythm section of a string band.
Bruce really can follow the strands. It stays with them. Where do they go? How do they interrelate?
With the band. I dance with the band.
The picture I get with Bruce at this moment is a big plate of spaghetti. Right? And so in this big plate of spaghetti, there are strands that go a zillion different ways. And Bruce is the one that can actually follow the strand all the way through, up, down, over, through, under, back, around. And then the next strand goes up, through, down, over, back, around. And so there's a huge amount of information that you gather over time, staying with an idea.
To let the audience share in an emotional experience or share in the story.
Tell me what story you're going to tell.
I'm singing.
You're going to sing, but is there a story? Are you singing words?
Yes.
And what are those words?
Mama who bore me, Mama who gave me no way to handle things, who made me so sad. Mama the weeping, Mama the angel, no sleep in heaven or Bethlehem.
Okay, again. One phrase at a time.
Mama who bore me.
Pause.
Mama who gave me no way to handle things.
Sit with that. Has anyone ever felt like this in their life? If you wanted to be acting that's not acting, which is good acting, then it's your job to believe something, even if it's imaginary, to believe that it's true. And that is true for many, many people in one way or another.
So we all offer kind of different ways of being inside the work, from kind of each strand of spaghetti to, you know, the depth. If you stay with that metaphor, Midori would be, how many different ingredients can we add into that? And, you know, what's inside of all the stuff you put with spaghetti. So it becomes a great big huge full pot, not just spaghetti. And Sakiko-san would be, you know, figuring out how to get the spaghetti happening in terms of how you serve it. And me, I think I would eat it. I would jump in the middle of the spaghetti pot and just swim.